Hi, my name is Evelyn Mann, and I want to tell you about a book called Rich Food, Poor Food. It starts actually a couple of years ago. My mother-in-law got sick. She had colon cancer. And I remember the doctor telling her after surgery that she could have whatever she wanted to eat. And I just thought that was kind of strange considering that she wasn't feeling well. Within 3 months, she passed away. So it's been a couple of years now, and it's really given me time to reflect. And also time to think about, really, what food am I eating? And am I being the healthiest I can be? And how do I do that? So I started picking up books and started reading them. And one of them was Rich Food, Poor Food. And what's really neat about this book is it teaches you how to read the ingredient label. I don't know if you're like me, but when you read an ingredient label, you get halfway through it and you don't know what you just read. So what Rich Food, Poor Food does is it explains to you what is in the ingredients and if they're bad for you. And not only when an ingredient is bad for you, they explain why it's bad for you. And I know if someone tells me not to do something, and doesn't tell me why, it doesn't make a life change. So I really found this information quite liberating. So I started going to the store and reading the ingredient labels, and if it had an ingredient in there that was on the list of things that weren't exactly the best for me, I would just put it back on the shelf. And I started learning to eat that way. Some amazing things started happening. Within a couple weeks, I lost my cravings for sugar. Not that I eat sugar every day, by the spoon, but I would eat ice cream every day, and it's something I had to have. But after a couple weeks, I found that I didn't have to have my ice cream anymore, and I have to tell you, that was quite a surprise. The next really big surprise, after eating this way for 2 months, I started losing weight. Now, I know this isn't, for me, it wasn't about weight loss. I just wanted to eat as healthy as I could. But when I started noticing the weight come off, that was really surprising. And after 2 months, I lost 10 pounds. Now, that's great. I thought that was a wonderful benefit. I was so impressed by what the Caltons were teaching me through their book, Rich Food, Poor Food, that I decided to do a book review at my church. I had 15 people come to the book review, and I started sharing with them all the things I was learning from the Caltons about what foods what good foods are good for you, and your ingredient list, what is on there that isn't good for you. And it was really neat because a week after I taught that class, one of the girls who took the class came to me and said she started noticing her clothes started fitting better. Even my husband has said that he feels so much more energy, and who doesn't want their husband to have more energy? I thought that was great. And then another friend of mine has a problem with her knees with inflammation. And she took the class and started eating rich foods and found that the pain, the inflammation in her knees started going away. And that was really great. And then, too, her clothes started fitting better as well. So it has been so exciting for me to see how this is helping other people. It's not only benefiting me and my husband, but sharing this information with other people is benefiting them as well. And if you were to ask me why I would recommend Rich Food, Poor Food, I would say so you can figure out what benefits you're going to get from eating the best foods for you, the rich foods, the foods that nature intended, and see what happens. And then let us know. I think it's exciting to share this with people. For me, it's actually been a life change, and I'm very excited to share it with everyone. Hi, I'm Evelyn Mann, and I'm just wanting to get back to you with an update from my last video. About 2 months ago, I went to the doctor's office, and I've been having some pain, and I found out that what I had was an ovarian cyst. This greatly concerned me. I was told that we need to just watch it for a couple of months and to come back to the doctor's office. So I went home and I researched everything on the internet, called my friends, asked for prayer. I didn't know what to do. On the internet, I found some things that talked about maybe not having as much caffeine, so I stopped my caffeine intake, and it was about the time I was starting Rich Food, Poor Food, and learning how to eat those rich foods to get into my body, so I kept doing that. I found out that Jason and Myra Calton also had something called nutrients, which is daily vitamins you take in the morning, you take in the evening. So about a month after I found out about my ovarian cyst, I started taking nutrients. And then I went back to the doctor, and at the doctor's office, they were ready to give me the name of a specialist so that they could find out what would be the next step to take care of this ovarian cyst I had. But when they went to look to see if it was there, what had happened in the past couple of months, it was gone. It was gone completely, and I was so excited. So through lots of prayer, through rich food, through nutrients, all these things just worked together, and the ovarian cyst is completely gone. And I couldn't be happier. So I just wanted to give you that update.